boycott the roller?
Yes.
Oh, I actually did, didn't I? Okay, Charlie, we'll roll tomorrow. I actually did forget I promised it today. Okay, so I'm guessing some of you already know what to do on this page, but yet I wanted to go through it with you. There's actually a whole bunch of pages of homework. You know, like page 4 and 5 weren't the only 2 pages of homework. We had a lot of pages of homework that, but frankly, I wanted to go through some of them with you. And I thought that would be the easiest way. So you guys are semi-familiar with functions because we started them, but not like very familiar. So in this one, the f of x, as soon as you see that, that's called function notation. And it just means it's a certain kind of equation. And it's going to be the type of equation where if you put a number in place of x, you'll get one answer. That's what a function is. So right here, f of 0 is telling us to put 0 in place of x. So it's like on the previous page, it just said x equals 0. This one, if you read f of 0, that's a specific way of saying use function f, put in the number 0 for x. Okay, so f of 0, 4 times 0 minus 2. So we get negative 2. We don't have much spaces. Excellent. Lily, who's going to help me with B? 23. What is this telling us to do? Perfect. Put negative 2 in place of x. Actually, while I get the door, do you want to write it up there? Awesome. Thank you. Did you bring any treats for us? Oh, I thought maybe you stopped at the store to get treats. I was hoping. Oh, perfect. So 4 times negative 2 minus 2. Now, I know you meant it perfectly correct. Does anybody know what's wrong about what he wrote up there? He meant it correctly, though, and I know that. Technically, what this says, well, I guess you did write the time symbol. We'll call that half right, half wrong. Because if you leave off the time symbol, it looks like you're saying 4 minus 2. But any negative number that you use, it's generally going to be a good idea to put it in parentheses so that it's not misunderstood what it's for. So negative 8 minus 2 is negative 10. Good. We'll go down to number 10. 27. Nobody. They're on today.
22.
Also gone. You have a talent. That means the next number you're going to roll is 36. Oh, actually 3 is also gone. Okay, it has to be, oh, no, it could be that person.
28.
28. Okay, 10, we've got this table. It says interpret the meaning of f of 2 equals 64 according to this problem. What would that mean for this table? Or do you want me to talk to you about the table before we do the problem? We're working out of the packet. You're not sure. So the table is basically saying the number of classrooms that you looked in, how many total students you see. So if you look in 3 classrooms, you'll most likely see about 96 students.
32.
How'd you know that? What question are you answering? Let's start with that. It sounds to me like you are probably answering that blank box. Okay, that wasn't the question, but that will be one of the questions. You're answering B. A says, interpret f of 2. So that means when x is 2. And so for this problem, that would mean 2 classrooms. It equals 64. What does the 64 stand for? Okay, so then what we would write is 2 classrooms has 64 students. Now, do you want me to write your answer for B? Because you actually figured out the harder one. How'd you figure out 32 anyway, by the way? Good. So I don't know if you guys heard that or not. He figured out this should be 32. And he figured that out because you are adding 32 each time. So this has like an even change all the way along. This has an even change all the way along, and so if that was even, well, we would get 32. So that is B. And if I remember right, C, yep, C is asking you to find one that is not on the table. Who's going to help us with that one? Oh, Charlie is volunteering, so at least we have a backup help. 7. Oh, I thought you were called 10. That would have been weird. 7's back there somewhere. I know you were gone yesterday, right? Do you sort of understand what, like the notation, because that's what we talked about yesterday. Okay, f of 5 is asking us to find the answer for x equals 5. So on this table, there is no 5. But if we were to have a 5 on the table, do you know how we would figure out the number to go with it? Okay, that absolutely works. So I was just going to say add 32 to that, but 5 times 32 is the exact same thing. So that's 150, 160. Perfect. Interpret the meaning, there's 160 students. Nice job. I think that's the bottom of the page. So, yeah. Okay.
Well, how many students was it?
160. What? Wait, who'd you roll?
It just said B on it.
No, that's the other side.
Oh.
Each one of them has a letter and a number. Oh, too late now. I think it was 11 or 16. You're just trying to say that. 5. 5. Are you ready to help me? I'll let you take your pick of any of those. Because they're all sort of similar. Would you rather me go to the hippos or the babysitting? Okay, babysitting it is. A or B? B. Interpret the meaning of f of 3 equals 30 in context of this problem.
Babysitting 3 hours for 30 hours.
Perfect. It's been a long time since I paid for a babysitter, but I feel like this might be old numbers probably, huh? Does anybody here babysit? Like, how much do you usually get paid? What babysitters charge them? I was gonna say family rates don't count.
I paid $8 an hour.
$8 an hour? I should have hired you guys. That's way cheaper than what I had to pay. Did you just say 60?
No.
Oh, gosh. Oh, okay. See, I was thinking 15 would be pretty reasonable, because that's what most people get paid, like, for most of the jobs you apply for right now. Maybe 20 if somebody's feeling generous, 20 an hour. That, I would think that's kind of what you'd expect, but family pay is usually very different. like, you get to hire your family for cheaper, that's always a benefit of family. Okay, I did not wanna do any more on this page, because I feel like you kinda get the idea of what's going on. The function notation is what's different, than the way the questions were phrased prior. So, as long as you understand that the number in the parentheses is always like the x, or on a graph, it's the number on the bottom, it's the x-axis. Okay, we have, we only have 10 minutes left? Yeah, that's what happens when I don't get to start anything until the bell rings. Well, our goal was to finish page 6 and 7. Some of you may have been doing that as we've been going along anyway. If you can't finish page 7 by tomorrow, try to speak, that's okay. We're definitely gonna have enough time this week to get the whole packet done. So make your goal to finish page 6 and 7 today. And, you have R&R time, if you have nothing to do. And if you're not able to finish that far, that's okay, just get what you can done. I realize we got short amount of time here, so.
You know your clock is off by 1 second.